Rather than trying to work out what to say about Florence, I think a better question is what isn't there to say about Florence? It is everything that a late teen, early teenager student could dream for, and it is simply incredible in every single way. I didn't know anything about Florence before I arrived, except it was the hub of all art during the Renaissance and still is today. I was amazed continually by Florence, and I'm absolutely in love with the place. So without further ado, here is my first few days in Florence. I was continually surprised by how many people were out and about. Florence is a very lively city, and I definitely wasn't expecting that. In the afternoon, I decided to attend a pizza and gelato making class. Originally, I was a bit skeptical about doing this because I did a cooking class in Milan that I didn't enjoy that much, but this one was absolutely spectacular.
You can also sing a song to it if you want to bond in the meantime.
I met 4 other female solo travellers, which was awesome, and I had lots of fun with them. And our chefs had a great sense of humour, which definitely made the whole experience more enjoyable.
Okay, you ready? Come down. 3, 2, 1, go!
The pizza I made was easily the best pizza I have eaten on the whole trip, and I've decided no other pizza will compare in my life. And unfortunately I didn't get any videos of the gelato, but it was absolutely delicious. We got to try lots of different flavours that everyone had made. The next morning I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I got some breakfast and then headed out to Pisa, which is about 45 minutes away from Florence by train. To be honest, Pisa has a nice atmosphere to it, and I love, once again, the reflection on the canal, but Pisa didn't seem to have that much that would interest me personally. The Leaning Tower was definitely cool, but it was a lot smaller than I thought and not on quite as much of a lean either, and it was way too crowded for me because I hate being surrounded by people, so... I decided to head down to Livorno afterwards to get some lunch, and it's about a 15-minute train ride. I had quite a walk to get down towards the terrace and beach area, but it was absolutely lovely to see the sea, and it was a gorgeous day. I spent a really long time trying to find somewhere to get lunch, but because it was a Sunday, all the places were closed or had giant queues or were booked out. So I ended up quite hungry, and I did manage to get some gelato, but that was about all. And I was super hot, super hungry and super tired, so I came and got a pizza when I got back. The next morning I went on a little bit of a foodie tour. I stopped at Shake Cafe for a while, went to Pino's Sandwiches, and then to La Carria for some gelato. I did a bit of thrifting and picked up a book and just enjoyed the absolute beauty of Florence. In the evening, me and one of the girls I met at the cooking class decided to head up to Piazzale Michelangelo to have some wine and watch the sunset. It was All Saints, so it was super busy, but we watched the sunset and it was incredible. And this couple just got engaged as well, and everyone had a very loud cheer for them, which was quite cool. I honestly don't have words to describe how beautiful the sunset is up at Piazzale Michelangelo other than to say that it's a must-do thing when you're in Florence. The city skyline is incredible and there's nothing like it. I woke up quite late the next morning and decided to finally try the famous all'antico Vinaio, which I've mispronounced, and I went to the one at San Marco because there's never a queue there. And I went to the one at San Marco because there's never a queue there, whereas the two on Neri have queues an hour to 2 hours long. I then got some gelato from Vinci, which I thought was a tourist trap but was told wasn't, and it was good but not my favourite. I then went out for dinner at Zaza's with a girl I met on one of the Facebook travel groups, and we had a delicious meal. The potato gnocchi was absolutely insane. I then headed to the Uffizi Gallery, which was incredible. There was some beautiful work there and some pieces I was really excited to see. I had a combined ticket for the Uffizi, Boboli Gardens and Palazzo Pitti, and I'm so sorry I've mispronounced all of those.
My spot now. I'm hungry.
I picked up a cannoli from Gino's bakery, which I ate when I got to the gardens because it had been recommended to me, and it was absolutely delicious. I absolutely love gardens, and they really bring me back to the beauty of nature, which after travelling for a while and being in big cities can be hard to come across. Further so, finding places in nature where you can be by yourself rather than still coming across people. It took me a while to explore everything, around 2.5 hours or so.
Making me feel like I'm grasping for air.
I was pretty tired by the time I finished, so I got some gelato from Sabrinos, and I picked slightly more simple flavours than I usually would, including a spiced milk one, which was like a weak chai latte in ice cream form. That kind of sounds gross, but it was absolutely delicious. I then went to I Fratellini, which is the oldest panini place in Florence. Thank you so much for watching my first few days in Florence, and there's a few more videos to come, so stay tuned.